Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello everyone and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is local businesses and autumn. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and we rub inside, remember, around our hands, in between our fingers, on our wrists, and fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we'll be talking about problem solving, bigger than or smaller than, possessive pronouns. For our first exercise today, boys and girls, let's turn to page 12. On page 12, we are going to be doing some problem-solving sums. And this time, we are going to be dealing with money. Now, we have an example that has been given to us, so let's read it and let's see how they got their answer. Remember, a problem-solving sum means that we have to read a problem and then try and solve it and give the answer. The example says, Mary has 5 Namibian dollars. She buys 3 lollipops. For each lollipop, it costs $1. How much change will Mary get? Mary has 5 Namibian dollars. She buys 3 lollipops. Each lollipop costs 1 Namibian dollar. How much change will she get? Now on the other side, they show how they got the answer. The first thing that they did was to draw 5 Namibian dollars of $1 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. Now the sum they came up with was 5 Namibian dollars minus 3 Namibian dollars. So remember, Mary has 5 Namibian dollars and she only bought 3 lollipops. That is why we have 3 Namibian dollars, because each lollipop costs $1. So we say 5 Namibian dollars minus 3 Namibian dollars will give us 2 Namibian dollars. Now, we are going to do number 2 together. Let's read number 2. Number 2 says, Peter buys a sweet for 10 cents. Then he buys another one for 5 cents. How much money did he spend? Let me read it again. This time, please focus on the numbers. Peter buys a sweet for 10 cents. Then he buys another one for 5 cents. How much money did Peter spend? Now we are going to try and make the sum. So let us first show our working. We know that the first sweet cost 10 cents. And then he buys another one for 5 cents. So in this case, we want to know how much did all the sweets cost all together. So are we adding or are we subtracting? If you said that we are adding, well done, because we need to say 10 cents plus 5 cents to get our answer. And in this case, it is 10 plus 5. So we can use our fingers to count on. We already have 5 on one finger, so we're counting on from the number 10, which we say 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So altogether it is 15. But boys and girls, if we only write the number 15, it is wrong. So we are dealing with money in this case. We are dealing with cents. So we need to put our C next to our sign to say 15 cents. Now I want you to do the rest by yourselves. Read each sum carefully. Make sure you add or subtract if you need to, and take your time. Sometimes money can be tricky, so you have to read the story 3 times. Now let's go to the next page, page 13. On page 13, we are going to be having so much fun. We are going to be doing bigger than and smaller. Now we are going to be using a seesaw. The seesaw that we actually going to be using is similar to the one that we play with outside. We're going to put the smaller number high in the air, and then the bigger number is going to be down. Now, how a seesaw works, in case you don't know, you can take a look at the board. Now, if we have a seesaw, there are 2 things on each side. One side is going to be heavier, so that means when we're dealing with that side, it's going to be lower. And because the other side is lighter, it's going to be higher. So your bigger number is going to be lower, and then your smaller number is going to be higher, just like we have done on the board. You can see that the smaller number is higher than the bigger number. That's because the bigger number on a seesaw weighs a little bit more. So let's say we have our 2 numbers, 38 and 16. And I say to you, which one is the bigger number? You take a look at both numbers, and then you can either use Mr. Tens to help you find the bigger number. Now, if we're looking for the bigger number with Mr. Tens, we know that 3 is bigger than 1. So that means 38 would be sitting at the bottom. And then 16 will be high in the air. So I'd like you to please take your time. You can also count backwards with Mr. Tens. The first number to appear, like for 38, we are focusing on the tens. So that means if we are going this direction, 3 would appear first. So that means 3 for 38 is bigger than 1 for 16, which will be higher in the air. Take your time with this one. It is so much fun. Make sure that you practice even with your hands to see which one should be at the top on the seesaw and which one should be at the bottom of the seesaw. Have fun, boys and girls, with both exercises. Read carefully, and I will see you soon when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Now, let us do our last exercise for today on page 14. On page 14, we are going to be doing possessive pronouns. Now remember, a pronoun is a word that can replace a noun. And a possessive pronoun shows ownership, what belongs to whom. So we are going to do these sentences. Number 1 is asking you to underline the possessive pronouns in the following sentences. A is the one that we're going to be doing together. So let's take a look at the board. Now remember, a possessive pronoun shows ownership, what belongs to whom. So we are now going to take a look and check which one can be our possessive pronoun. Let's read number 1A together. Sorry. I took my dog to a dog show. Let's read it again. I took my dog to a dog show. Remember, we're looking for a word that shows ownership. And in this case, the word that shows ownership is my. My. So we are showing that the dog belongs to this person with the word my. Now it says that we need to underline the possessive pronoun. So I'd like you to take your pencil or your color and underline the word my. Now for the rest of them, please remember a possessive pronoun shows ownership. So we are looking for words like my, his, her, their. Now let's move on to number 2. Same exercise. Now for number 2, the task that we have is to fill in with mine, yours, his, hers, its, theirs, or ours. And we are going to do number 2 together. So let's take a look at the board. Number 2 says, I have a red car. The car is dash. Let's read it again. I have a red car. The car is dash. So, which possessive pronoun are we going to use? If we started with the word I, that means we're talking about ourselves. So, if the car belongs to I, then we say the car is mine. So you are going to fill in that blank with the word mine. Then for the rest of them, try to use the same type of idea where you check what is used in front. Since I and mine are the same for the same person, then their and they are also going to be the same. Take your time with both exercises. Remember that a possessive pronoun shows ownership, what belongs to whom. Read carefully and I will see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
We have now come to the end of our lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had so much fun. Remember, if you're not sure or you don't know, that's okay. You can always ask for help. Just make sure that you finish your exercise by yourself. So now that we are done, we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and rub our hands thoroughly. Remember, if you don't have sanitizer, you can always use soap and water. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. My friend Sashi was supposed to come and visit us today. I wonder where he is. Sashi? Hello, Sashi. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.